Hello everyone in TV land. This is the live broadcast of Focus on Liberia. We are at the Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs and Tourism, where today the Vice President of the Republic of Liberia will be unveiling the arts and culture galleries here at the Ministry of Information. And he has arrived, but we had a little technical problem when the VP arrived. And so you're welcome to the live broadcast. My name is Gwendolyn Dorado. And on ground right now, the cultural troop from the Peace, a Crusader for Peace headed by former cultural ambassador Judy Andy. The troop here is performing until the official program starts. So wherever you are joining us from, I say thanks and let's have a great time together. Keep viewing. In few minutes, a moment from now, the program marking the official unveiling of the arts and cultural galleries will be launched by the Vice President of the Republic of Liberia. Keep tuned. The Vice President of the Republic of Liberia is seated, and he's right by the Minister of Information.
Can we all have our seats? As we are about to begin this program. Thank you. Good morning to all. Because of time, taking into consideration time, often we hear people say I stand on existing protocols. So to do that, I'm your humble servant, the Master of Ceremony, Director General of the Liberian Broadcasting System, Eugene Lamine Fagor. Your Excellency, Honorable Kpan Koung, Vice President of the Republic of Liberia, the Honorable Gerald Matthew Peter, Minister of Information, Cultural Affairs and Tourism, Dr. Augustine Collins, Senior Advisor to the President of Liberia, the Honorable Senator Abraham Barros Dillon, Chairman, Senate Committee on Information, Broadcasting, Culture and Tourism, the Honorable Representative Bernard Blue Benson, Chairman, House Committee on Information, Broadcasting, Culture and Tourism, the Honorable Ambassador Kekua Kamara, Arts and Culture Ambassador, Republic of Liberia, the Honorable Ambassador Christopher Hayes Onanga, Special Presidential Envoy on Tourism, and our friend and brother Ambassador Mohammed Ba, the Honorable Queen Julie Endy, former cultural ambassador, President, Crusaders of Peace, the Director General of the Cabinet, the Honorable Minister of Transport, members of the Fourth Estate, citizens in TV and radio land, our distinguished ladies and gentlemen, here comes Special Representative, Honorable Louis Brown. I am your MC, as I said, so because of time, we will be standing for the most part, apart from the President and the Vice President and the Minister on existing protocols. To begin, and to run fast so as to allow His Excellency to carry out his constitutional duty, we'll begin with a word of prayer from Pastor Abel T. Thomas. Please come forward and give us a word of prayer. Thank you.
In Jesus' mighty name, let us calmly stand and honor God. And so, Heavenly Father, we come today to say thank you. Your word says the hand of Zerubbabel led the foundation and the hand of the finishing. We thank you for the occasion, Lord. We thank you, Lord, that what you started, you will complete. And your name shall be glorified. Take control now, in Jesus' mighty name. Amen.
If you have a copy of the program sheet, it tells you exactly how many minutes you can be up here for. So if you see me step forward, it is in keeping with time. We'll now invite to the podium for welcome and introductory remarks the Honorable Kadiatu D. Conte Buhari, Deputy Minister of Culture for Culture and Tourism, MICAT.
Good morning, everyone. It is my great pleasure to welcome our dynamic Vice President, Kpan Koung, esteemed guests, honored colleagues, and friends, all protocol observed. So this momentous occasion, the unveiling of the Arts and Culture Gallery at the Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs and Tourism, today we celebrate not just the rich tapestry of our Liberian heritage, but also the unwavering commitment of our Minister, Jeremiah Matthew Beer, whose visionary leadership has brought us to this significant moment. Historically, Liberia has much to be proud of, yet for far too long, our cultural heritage has been overshadowed. Since our independence in 1847 and the establishment of the Bureau of Folksway in 1952, we have recognized the importance of celebrating the diverse cultural experiences that define this great nation. With the sustainability of democracy and peace, and under the leadership of President Joseph Numa Boyka Sr., culture and tourism have finally taken their rightful place in our government's agenda. The renewed focus of this ministry under the current administration has led to significant steps toward revitalizing these vital sectors. Today, we reaffirm our commitment to ensuring that our younger generation learns to enjoy and appreciate Liberia's rich cultural heritage, a heritage that unites us through shared values. I would particularly like to express my deepest appreciation to former cultural ambassador, Queen Julie Endy. Her voluntary and selfless efforts have made this gallery a reality. Her passion for our culture and her dedication to promoting our traditions have resulted in a captivating collection of over 100 artifacts displayed here today. These pieces, yes. These pieces representing our traditional fabrics, intricate masks, and unique artistic expression serve as a powerful reminders of who we are as a people. This gallery is more than just a collection of artifacts. It is a testimony to our journey toward reclaiming our identity and pride. It invites all of us to engage with and promote the rich narrative that these pieces embody. As we unveil this gallery, we embark on a new chapter, which cultural promotion and tourism will receive the attention they deserve on the national agenda, together with the support of organizations like UNESCO and the UN system. Other international partners, we aim to elevate Liberia culture to a new height, a culture that is appreciated not just by us, but by the entire world. Thank you for being here today to witness this important milestone in our cultural renaissance. Let us move forward together, embracing our heritage, celebrating our diversity, and fostering a strong cultural identity for generations to come. Welcome once again, and thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Deputy Minister. We'll now proceed for 3 minutes. If culture is the medium through which we perceive our environment, then there can be no culture without an exhibition. We'll now call on the National Culture Troupe to help us with cultural performance for about 3 minutes.
this unique program. So talking to the MC, that's the Director General of the Broadcasting System, Kpan Koung.
Ambassador Kikura Kamara, Arts and Culture Ambassador of the Republic of Liberia.
Good morning, all protocol observed. My name is Kpan Koung, Arts and Culture Ambassador, Republic of Liberia. I want to thank the Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs and Tourism for the invitation extended us to come and witness this auspicious occasion. You know, Liberia's culture is rich, very, very rich. It has not been exploited, it has not been promoted. This government of President Buhari is here to do that. We want to seize this opportunity to inform all of you that on Saturday in Besau village, we launch the Western Region Cultural Festival. And that will be held every first Saturday in February each year. That will include Bakolu, Oni, and Kpan. And we are ready to take this government to the people. Through arts and culture, there is a need for us to devise strategy, to use our drama, our songs, our dances, to reach our people and explain to them properly the arrest agenda of this government. And that's why on Monday, February 11, in the KSLO community, we're inviting all of you, including the High Chief, to join us to take the government to the people. We have to do that because this is a mandate that the President has given me as priority. Thank you so much for the invitation. Thank you for the honor. And we are ready to take the government to the people. The arrest agenda must be explained to our people. Culture is not only dancing, singing, but you can use the traditional methods to reach our people. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank you, Honorable Ambassador. We'll now invite to the podium Ambassador Queen Juliani, former Cultural Ambassador, President of the Chamber of Peace.
Thank you very much. The Honorable Vice President of Liberia, Kpan Koung, the Minister of Information, Cultural Affairs and Tourism, all other protocol culturally and respectfully observed. Kindly join me respectfully to observe a moment of silence for a fallen Reverend Mother Veronica Smith from Faith in Jesus Ministries, who started this journey with us at the Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs and Tourism. May her soul and the souls of all faithful departed rest in perfect peace. It's always a pleasure to be here at the Ministry of Information, Culture Affairs, and Tourism. I remember as a young girl, I walked the steps, I worked with past and present ministers of Information, Culture Affairs, and Tourism, and proud to see the Honorable Louis Brown sitting here today. When I look on my left, I see the Director of Cabinet that I worked with for years sitting on my right. Then I look at Chris sitting on my other left. I say Liberia is getting better. I'm happy to welcome myself here to the Ministry of Information again with the Minister Jeremy Matthew Pierre, who's when he first took over, I was here. And the passion that the minister talked about in terms of culture and tourism, I promised in a meeting, and that meeting was held in Charles Gale Hall. And present in that meeting was the Arts and Cultural Ambassador, Kpan Koung. And I promised the minister that we will want to work to change the face of this ministry, starting with the Charles Gale Hall. And the minister graciously accepted it. As we went through the joining, we decided that we would start, and the minister said he has to renovate. So it took time. Because the only thing you have in this word is your word, and your word should be the one. And so, in life, you have sunrise and sunset. Between the sunrise and the sunset is a little dot. And that dot means what you have done, your footprint. So you must leave a footprint in anything you do. So as a legacy project, as a traditional queen of the Republic of Liberia, I'm leaving within this ministry arts, craft, tourism. I could not sit here and don't do what I do best. And I believe that creativity and imagination equals innovation. And when you are innovative, you sit down and you dream. And I remember Madam Ellen Johnson Sully saying, your dream is not bigger than you, then you can't dream. So today we are here to unveil a dream. I come to say to all of you that work with me, I cannot call you by name, but the ministry staff, the musicians, the artists, the crafters, the sculptors, everyone that work with me, the drivers, the security, I want to thank you. But I want to remember on this day that today is International FGM, the World FGM Day. And cognizant of the fact as an activist, the UN Resolution 1325 promotes for peace. Promoted, they should participate. And today is FGM Day. Let's promote initiation. And I want to say, and when you hear, my own brother, Darius Dillon, you will see, you will hear, you will feel, you will touch. I've come to say to you in a humble spirit. Many thanks to His Excellency Joseph Yumabwaka Senior, my father, who have given me the opportunity to serve as Commissioner General in the World Expo in Japan. I'm also on the International World Expo Committee for exhibition, and I will be taking Liberia to Japan. And I want you to come and see a small Japan within the Ministry of Information, Culture Affairs, and Tourism. We have a gift that we want to give to you, Your Excellency, to take to the President, and that gift is a lion, and the lion means fearless. Then we have a country cloth And that country club represents our feed, the green, and all of that. Then the arts and craft, the creativity within the country club. We are also giving you a gift, Honorable Vice President, that you will put on your desk and you will never forget the artists of Liberia. And when they are passing the budget, will you please give us subsidy? So we can continue. Will you please give us subsidy so we can continue this great innovation, creativity, and vision? Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, thank you and God bless you.
Thank you, Honorable Andy. We'll now call on the Ambassador Christopher Hayes Onanga, Special Presidential Envoy in Tourism.
The Honorable ever-potent Vice President of the Republic of Liberia, the Honorable Jeremiah Kpan Koung, and all other protocols duly, respectively observed. When I saw the culture through dancing, I wanted to dance. But I didn't see the Minister of Information, Culture and Tourism dancing. So I sat down. It may amuse you and surprise you that I used to be a member of the National Cultural Group of Liberia. So if the music is played, I will give the steps as they should be, because tradition requires that when you mix, you share happiness, you share joy. Today is unique because there are two ministers of this ministry in our midst: an emeritus, a former acting, and today a minister. It means the legacy moves step by step. It may be slow, but progress is always sure when there's determination of heart and the will to succeed. This is what has taken place today. I'm overjoyed because tourism is the enabler of growth in every sector of an economy, in every nation you can think about. And when you pursue it, it shines the light. 90% of tourists coming to Africa this time around, for the next 100, 200 years, will be coming only because of heritage purposes. And that's ancestry agenda. Where am I from? What's my tribe? Where do I belong? I don't think I'm outside there, I'm fulfilled. That is why we hear the called Nimba shout, Kpan shout, Sino shout, Maryland shout. I feel the joy. Because when the joy spreads, the people are happy. Forget it. Even a cricket is enough for lunch. So, Mr. Minister, you have actually expressed in full the vision of the President of Liberia, that tourism should not sleep. To the Queen, there is nothing you said you have not done. The only place we are lacking is how we celebrate our heritage. And it can only be done through tourism, which embodies culture and tradition, which fulfills art and culture. Before I rest, I'd like to let you know, the folk estate, you have two roles. One, to monitor what's talking about and let everybody know what's going on. But a key charitable role is to sell the goodness and joy and happiness that comes through our heritage. Look at the newspapers, the online TVs, the websites, the TVs. Nothing is dedicated to that. It's dedicated to politics and politics alone. Our Liberia must change. And it must change with a focus to our celebration of growth and unity. And that's the only pillar to which we can progress. A child knows everything on the phone, but does not know the countries he is from and the traditional languages he speaks. Honorable President, it's not destiny in our midst. But guess what? We are the full representation of him and his vision to educate and present. The Vice President of Liberia, who is the technician, has never avowed himself of attending any major or unmajor event. It tells you how accessible the government is to the nation. And that's what tourism does.
It makes the smiles easy. It makes the people happy. It celebrates the very foundation of the people, which is culture and tradition. Honorable Vice President, thank you. Minister of Information, Culture and Tourism, thank you. But before I leave, I say this. To my brother, Bernard Bluebirds in the Honorable. We are from the same locality, brother. So when I jump into something, he jumps into it. When he jumps, I jump. When I started this tourism from years ago, it was looking like a joke. When he jumped into it and made meaning out of it. I thank you for what we did at the level of the Senate. Senator Dillon, it could not go if you did not take it serious in the Senate. And now that is an act, we can only wrap our fingers and see how best we do it. Honorable Vice President, Mr. Minister, thank you.
Thank you, Ambassador Onamaba. We will now call on the erudite Representative Bernard Bluebirds, Chairman of the House Committee on Information, Broadcasting, Culture, and Tourism.
You know, change our wet glasses.
Is it technical or is
Vice President of Liberia, Jeremiah Kpan Koung, Senator Unveils, Senate Chairman on Information, Broadcasting, Culture, and Tourism, my distinguished colleague from the 55th Honorable Briggs Menza here, Minister Geraldine Pia, Minister of Information, Culture, Affairs, and Tourism, distinguished members of the high table, members of the Fourth Estate, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Allow me to use this opportunity to thank the Minister of Information and his team for this effort. Personally, I've always trusted your innovative capacity and your passion to make a difference. This was the reason at your taking over ceremony, I said, lead with distinction. But truly, no one is talking about culture. Everyone's interest is in tourism. But tourism cannot strive without an organized and functioning culture. As your chair on information, culture, affairs, and tourism, expect me to push vigorously to support the recreation of Kpan. If we are serious about tourism, the re-establishment of Kpan must be prioritized. Kpan served as our cultural identity and give us cultural relevance. Mr. Vice President, Honorable Senator, all members of this high table, we must all put our hands together to re-establish Kpan. If we are to be serious to push Liberia to the world, the agent that serves as our cultural identity and relevance. You know, I was gossiping debate up there with the senator, and I said something to him. I said, the Liberian culture, we're not seeing too many young people as part of the dancers. Why? Because our young people have no information, have no identity, have no relevance, cultural
identity that we must promote. So once again, let me say thank you to everyone. Thank you to everyone. And before I take my seat, in this fight, in the tourism fight, there was many actors silent and out there. Let us put hands together in making sure that the re-establishment of kidney job becomes a reality. That is my plea, and once again I say thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. We will now invite to the podium our illustrious, dynamic, energetic, prolific, one who shines the light for the Liberian people, the Honorable Senator Abraham Darrell Dillon, who is also the Chairman of the Senate Committee on Information, Broadcasting, Culture, and Tourism.
Thank you so kindly. The Honorable Jeremiah Kpan Koung, the Vice President of the Republic of Nigeria, Councilor Osman Fuene, the Minister of Justice and Attorney General of the Republic of Nigeria, my colleague from the House, Representative Brother Wilson, Alliance, DJ Blue, the Minister of Information, Honorable Jeremiah P.R., and all platform guests, the media, ladies and gentlemen. You know, my colleague, Brother Benson, has said a lot about what we intend to do, and so I'm not going to bore you with repetition. Just that you know what we're talking about culture, and John T.J. Blue just for represent our culture. Enjoy your coffee. Honorable Vice President, distinguished guests, Liberian Senate in recent times to come with the House of Representatives to pass into law the Tourism Act to give autonomy to the tourism industrial sector of our country. We did that on purpose because it is a legacy agenda of the Joseph Newman Walker administration. We go to other countries, we see their tourism sectors booming. They are booming not automatic. They are booming because they took deliberate steps, concrete steps toward achieving. And so, in order to enhance that agenda, sitting as chair, you know, I'm privileged to chair two committees in the Senate, Foreign Affairs and Information. Sitting as chair on the Information Committee, we ensure that the good vision of President Joseph Walker, buttressed by our colleague Bernard Benson from the House, leading this charge, ensured that that law was passed in the House, sent to us for our action. We are proud as a Senate to announce that we have concurred. And as we speak, the enrolled bill is on its way to the Executive Marshal for approval and publishing into head bills. Creation of the Tourism Commission is not sufficient. We have to form it. And it is that commitment echoing the earlier pledge from our colleague that we are the legislature, particularly the Senate, we will do everything to ensure that the budgetary support. We look forward to the executive. We look forward to the executive considering recasting the national budget, considering the latest action of the United States government when it comes to youth issues. We will be looking at the national budget so that we can make some adjustments. And in doing that, the Tourism Commission will be highly considered. And before I close, I'd like to call on all government agencies, and employees of government, having government news, government press release, government breaking news, break them to ELBC. Let ELBC be the breaker of authentic government news. Let the public say, I have not heard it on ELBC, so I don't believe it. Let ELBC draft the narrative of the government. That means the government will be drafting its own narrative. If you leave your narrative in the hands of others, they will narrate it for you and you will be defending. But when you draft your own narrative, credibility, facts, truth, honesty, you breed public trust that is fast eroding. So I want to thank you, Mr. Minister. I want to thank you for this event, this occasion, and we will promote and support this art gallery, which serves as a symbol for tourism as well, where people come and see some of our art, culture, our artifacts around. I want to say thank you and God bless you.
Thank you, Honorable Senator. As you know, I hold the master sheet in my hand. This program is being broadcast live in 54 African countries via Volta TV, on Satcom, all around where Satcom can be reached, on LNTV, on YouTube, on Facebook, and you name it. We're also being heard in the 15 counties or political subdivisions of this country with 7 substations operating as we speak on national radio. By FM 97.7, 89.9, and 99.9. Having said that, I'd like to call on Dr. Kpan Koung, Senior Advisor to the President of Liberia, for his remarks. Following that, since I'm holding the master sheet, we'll call on the erudite legal luminary, our own Attorney General, the Justice Minister, before I turn over to the Protocol Officer, Honorable Kpan.
Good morning. Let me join all of this very important gathering here to thank the Minister of Information, Culture and Tourism. And just like it was very difficult when I saw that I had to make a remark after the Senator Idon, because we always said we have to conclude and conclude, a conclusion. And before this program began, he made it very clear to me that we have already concluded. And so with that conclusion, it became very important with regards to the new steps that we're going to take as a regard of our culture and tourism. But Mr. Vice President, I'm delighted that you're here, and all of the other important personalities. I received a text from the Minister of Information about 6 o'clock yesterday, telling me that he's inviting me to this occasion. And I asked him what this occasion about. But he was not wanting to get the cat out of the box, so he kept everything until this morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, he decided to respond to my question. And he said there's going to be an unveiling occasion, an unveiling ceremony. And so I asked him, what is going to be unveiled? He said, oh, senior advisor, there's going to be the unveiling of the Art and Culture Gallery. And what does that mean? And he said, this is important for our culture. So I therefore see this occasion, this ceremony, and this art and culture as a manifestation of our Liberian culture. And I said to him, before, when you come to the ministry, you're not able to see anything that tells you that it's the Ministry of Culture and Art and Tourism. But now, with this unveiling, it will obviously make people to understand that this is the Ministry of Art, Culture, and Tourism. But this is what I want to advise. That's what I do. I always advise. And I said to the Minister of Information, Mr. Minister, this Arts and Culture Gallery they do, it's a very important beginning. But it is my belief that we have to go beyond just having the Arts and Gallery here at the ministry towards the larger society. How do we do that? We go through our institution, our education, our population. I was delighted to hear what the cultural ambassador was saying, that from now on they're going to take the government to the people. But not only that, we're going to take the government to the people, we're going to take the culture and art of Liberia to the people. So this manifestation of our Liberian culture, our inheritance, our heritage, it becomes very important. And the senator said something very important, Senator DeLong. If you do not write your own culture, your own history, guess what will happen? Someone will write it for you. And if they write it for you, you will not like it. So, Mr. Minister, this is very important, and we adore you. And I want you to know, as I sit down to advise the president, I will make sure that we continue to know what we are going, because our culture and tourism, especially in the wake of what is happening in the United States, this will be something for us to fall back to. Thank you for the invitation. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Koung, and we will now move to the Honorable Justice Minister and Attorney General.
Good morning. Mr. Vice President, Mr. Minister of Information, all the officials here, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, all the protocols here. Mr. Minister, I want to thank you for the invitation. It is a milestone that we should be all glad and shocked about. Our cultural heritage is very important. We talk about tourism. When people come to the country, especially people from what we call the first world country, they come to see the buildings. They got better buildings. But they come to see things that they don't have. The culture, the natural resources, the waterfalls. But maybe they won't see what they don't have. All the things that Western country have, and now they have it better than what you have. So the culture is an inherent part of tourism, the tourism industry. All these things will show the visitor. It might not be
But your country may not be appealing to them. Yeah, the same thing you see every day. You want something different. So we can always honor our culture, heritage. And your initiative in putting our arts and craft together in your building and exhibiting it to the public is a big step forward. But we go forward, each region of Liberia, they have to know the cultural heritage, and so they can be part and parcel of the tourist attraction in those areas. I want to say thank you. Thanks for inviting us. And we applaud you for your initiative, for your action. And we pray that others emulate that and carry out the vision of our government. Give you our fullest support in the work you do. Thank you.
Thank you, the Honorable Minister of Justice. We'll now call on our host, who's not only the Minister of Information, Culture, Affairs, and Tourism, he's also Chairman of the Board of Directors of the Liberian Broadcasting System, Housing, Tourism, Housing, Culture, Housing, Broadcasting, in charge of everything that has to do with this auspicious occasion. We'll call on the Honorable Minister, Geraldine Matthew Pierre, a revered communicator, to come to the podium.
Thank you, Mr. Director General. The Honorable Jeremiah Kpan Koung, Vice President of Liberia. Ibrahim Barros Bilong, Chair, Senate Committee on Information, Culture and Tourism. Marlon Benson, Chair, House of Information, Culture and Tourism. Senior Advisor, Dr. Monet. Minister of Transport, Austin Talbot, Master of Kpan Koung, Director General of the Cabinet, former Minister of Police, Culture Ambassador, and very important to this year, but it's not being noticed as a benefit. Who knows about media institutions? I have a good number of directors. I want to spend these things with the city. One may contact with the Baba, all media groups, they have a seat. We also have the president of the Female Journalists Association, FIJA. Let's welcome all of you. It shows the extent to which people give attention to me as Attorney General of Justice, Ambassador Louis Brown, former minister. Today signifies the reopening of the forgotten cultural promotional chapter of the Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs and Tourism. The unveiling of the rich Liberian arts and culture gallery is one of the first steps toward the promotion of our cultural heritage. Cultural promotion was given serious attention at MICAT from 1951 to 1990. Adequate budgetary support was given to the National Cultural Center and the Cultural Tree. The well-stocked National Museum, a vibrant Topman Center for Arts and Culture in Labastos. The war and post-era neglect seriously affected this important responsibility of MICAT. Since the ascendancy of being MIT in 2024, we continue to maintain direct equal focus not only on development information dissemination, but also tourism development and cultural heritage promotion. Throughout the years and before today, when one enters MICAT, there was visibly nothing to indicate that MICAT is also a sector need for cultural promotion. For this reason, with an excellent concept and breathtaking creativity of former cultural ambassadors and Puritans, we embarked upon and now see this impressive display of our Liberian cultural artifacts. Vice President,
The more than 200 pieces of artifacts that will be displayed here include various categories of Liberian traditional fabrics and garments, pieces of masks representing all 16 tribes, artistic drawings indicating Liberia's huge ecotourism potentials, wool carving of local animals, including hippo, traditional musical instruments and costumes, artifacts of Liberian life, friendship, marriage, unity, indigenous games, among others. Without Queen Julie Andy, State, no one could easily determine that culture is an integral part of MICAT, except by reading it on the ministry's institution. The gallery gave one the feeling about how diverse the rich Liberian cultural heritage is. MICAT is not only stopping here. We will ensure the reactivation of the National Cultural Center, reorient the national cultural field with the help of our leadership to recruit new talents across the country to replace those who are advanced in age. Already, MICAT has pitched to UNESCO in Paris through the interministerial collaboration with the Ministry of Education, the revamping, restocking, and repositioning of the National Museum, where students and the public will visit to learn more about the country's cultural heritage. These are the tasks we are embarking upon, and with the full and adequate support of the government, the lost glory of this entity and sector will be restored. As you can see, the process is completely remaking MICAT and is on course. We have a new roof for our building that will last for decades. We have refurbished offices, reconditioned walls and ceilings, improved electrical system. Phase 2 now will see the replacement of all windows, doors, ceilings, recondition the building and the restroom, offices, floor, fan, landscaping, among others. Together, we can think, love, and build our cultural diversities and richness to foster national unity and economic prosperity. Shortly, when our illustrious and potent Vice President unveils the gallery, your eyes will see greatness and they give value to cultural heritage of Liberia. Let's see you together. Thank you for your attention.
Before I turn it over to the Chief Political Officer and the Office of Vice President, I'd like to remind you that there will be a vote of thanks after His Excellency's speech. However, keep your hands to yourself. The unveiling will be done for you to see, not for you to grab or touch. Thank you.
Thank you. Senator Abraham Darros Dillon, Chairman, Senate Committee on Information, Broadcasting, Culture and Tourism, Representative Bernard Drew Benson, Chairperson, the House Committee on Information, Broadcasting, Culture and Tourism, Dr. Koning, Senior Advisor to His Excellency Joseph Duman Boyka, the Minister of Justice, Honorable Jeremy Matthew Pierre, Minister of Information, Cultural Affairs and Tourism, Director General of the Cabinet and other Cabinet members here present, our ambassadors that are gracing this occasion, officials of government, special invited guests, the Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs and Tourism family, the Fourth Estate, fellow Liberians, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. On this occasion, marking the official unveiling of Arts and Culture Gallery here at the Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs and Tourism, I am pleased and humbled to now invite the Honorable Kpan Koung, Vice President of the Republic of Liberia, to make a short remark of
We have a seat. You know, normally when the protocol day, you all the name calling and recognize everybody. Then you don't want to go over again. So I will simply at the home of the Minister of Information, I recognize Minister Jeremy Matthew here, officials of government here, the media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Minister, I'm happy to be here this morning. You know, last night when my press secretary sent me the information, I thought, Chief, are you aware that you will be at the press briefing tomorrow at Ministry of Information? I said, I can be at press briefing. I didn't get authorization from the president. And so, Minister, at your press briefing, I will not be here. You know the way our Constitution was written, the people who voted were people who envisioned the future. And that's why they didn't say deputy president, they said vice president. And they went further to define the role of the vice president. They said the vice president will assist the president and preside over the Senate without being involved in the Senate debate, and will only take a vote when there is a tie. It tells you that no two presidents, there's one president, and the power of the executive is in that one person. Unless you get approval from that person, you are not authorized to speak publicly. I can speak to the president behind the scene. I will share my ideas. The president knows better whether he takes what I say or not. My own end in our Mr. Minister, I want to thank you again. And culture in this country cannot be overlooked. We need to preserve our culture. I say so because sometime in the early 2006, 2007, I used to be a business guy around Europe finding old cars. Used cars to bring to Africa to sell Liberia. And I went to Paris and I saw the big iron stallion. So I wanted to see where the iron everybody goes to every year, millions of people. And I got there, one whole iron stallion, nothing happening. So I asked the guy, I said, well, where was this iron that people come here every year? The guy said, during the war, way back, when there was no telescope, when the French people were fighting for their land, they built that stuff so they can go way up there and spot to see where the enemies are. I don't know how I can go see that. You can pay money and go to Paris to go see that old iron. There are too many of those things in life. I'd like to just thank you for taking the initiative. To the legislature, I want to say thank you for passing the Tourism Act. This will make tourism a focus point, and as a government, we can invest in a piece of attention to it. Culture and trade started this country under President Trump. And you know, coming as a kid, or beginning in high school, they say, oh, President Trump spent over 27 years, but they can't get a man one birthday. But I think don't get birthday, they were reading for some of the things that happen, some of the things he did, and some of the things we see today. I mean, it's debatable, but in my mind, he did well. The Assembly Marshal today, he built it. The legislature, he built it. They called this building, and most of the buildings, the city hall, most of the buildings we got around here today, He built it. Since he built it and died, we haven't beaten it at the new generation. And so the birthday being celebrated, I think it's something that every Liberian must cherish. And if they could do that in the 60s, in the 50s, when there was no computer, when people used to write letters and it take 3 months to reach, and today, as I'm speaking, the world is watching me, they will have to do it differently and put more time to do better than those who work in the 60s and 50s. The legislature, we have to invest in this business. That the representative and the senator, both chairperson said, the Kennedy result, we have to put some, we have to be deliberate and put some money in it. This coming budget, we need to work together. I told the last sitting by the minister, I told him to do some draft and maybe a design, talk to some Liberian architect. And let's see the cost. We may not be able to pay all the money this year to get it, but we can start the process. There are partners in our country working, whether international group, whether companies in the country, retired, other people. We could speak to them and they could chip in, and pretty soon, before you know, we will get it done. And so we're going to be deliberate about it. Most times, I sit in my office when people come and say, oh, they want to invest in the Hotel Africa. I mean, I've seen more than 10 different groups that want to invest in Hotel Africa. If you went to Hotel Africa today, as bad as the place looks, you realize that life existed there. You can feel it. If it's possible, as a gospel, we need to retain that place. Let's find some money and get some Liberian contractors. Let's start somewhere. When we start, the investors will be serious. They will come and say, oh, my man, you're starting. But the fact that we're even breaching and maybe building a wall to plant the seed, people will get interested and move. Then people who just come in most times to just take pictures and say they're coming to invest, that means them halfway. I was saying to the minister, I saw the building across here. You check that building, maybe it's been about 100 years here. These are things people want to see when they come to your country. When you start talking to some of these people, I went to Lopa, the president invited a full county in 1964. And I saw that site that was built by President Totman at the time. The Unity Square, you see the big statues, all of those things that were there. We need to preserve them. Those are culture. I was privileged to have gone to Maryland County. And I went in President Totman's house, and I saw a well in the house. They told me that well leads to the ocean. But I'm true or not, I don't know because I didn't get in there. Well, I mean, people can come from far and go to this place to see. If you went to Harper, Maryland, your first time, as old as the city looks, you will see that life existed there. You can feel it. How can life exist in the 50s, the 60s, and in 2025? And struggling with this ship building and all kinds of things. We have to be deliberate and prioritize our priorities. We cannot do all together because our budget is low. So we got to keep some of the institutions on oxygen while we allow them to survive. If we keep wanting to do all, we will do nothing. And that's how we've been working in this country. I was telling the senator, Senator Dillon, our Liberian colloquial, we need to cherish it. President Totman also, or Totman, tried to teach Pele also in the university. It's difficult because our children can catch it easily. Our children know the Kurukwa. If you sit here, anybody say, I don't know whether you're talking about. They ask you, are you speaking English? You go to Ghana, they speak Tree. You go to Sierra Leone, they speak Creole. We need to be proud of our Kuluqua speaking. Because we can talk to one another, if you need to only us Liberians. If we preserve it, and if possible, teacher in school. Now, remember say, Kpan Koung. Nobody understands that in the world. Only us. And so, minister, those are things we need to preserve. And the minister of information and the power of the government, you need to start talking. Thank God the media houses are here. You go to the radio station and see a Kuluqua, and then I go to school. Yeah, I like English, man. The man who speaks English can't speak you. He can't speak Mano, he can't speak Pata, he can't speak Creole, he can't speak bad. If I can try to small in me, I'm better. Yes, sir. So we need to improve on our Kuluqua and make our children to learn the Kuluqua better. I got my daughter in the States when she comes down, she must speak American English. I tell her I want to stand in you. All that real way I will hear you. And so it is unique to us. And the media, then I'll be ashamed. Sometimes I'm giving you your talk Kuluqua. I mean, the serious news people. I talk about a special program for Kuluqua, Liberian English. No, all you have to be speaking it. We're giving you so that you talk Kuluqua and you come back and get it. All the way down, go tree in it. So when you're listening to the radio in Ghana, you're driving, you don't understand everything they say. So the guy speak in this small, then he flip in there, and he come back out. So I'm making you leak. Then the person in the car will have a crowd. Wow, you see. Huh? People will start chattering, testing, you gotta come into the radio, you gotta work out, you tap it. Car will make money. People will start paying somebody and say, look, I don't understand your people. I'll pay you while I'm here to take me across the market, take me across places because you can interpret to me what your people say. It's another form of employment and improve on it. The legislature, media intelligence that we're talking about. We have to put money in media. Everything we do as a government. If the media cannot listen to the people will not know. Ignorance is dangerous. But our people know, regardless of who has speaking to them in what way, they know because they understand it. We have to be deliberate. The Minister of Finance will come with their priorities, and their priorities will never end. But as a people who represent your people, who must give the information to your people as to what you are doing in Monrovia and how much you are impacting them, you have to be deliberate. Put it there. Media intelligence. If the minister don't use it well, call him. And he say he can't get a report officer, the committee must hear him. And he not treated it well, we recommend to the president with this message. I'll tell you to it. Minister, I want to say thank you. All they want to talk, you can't put me in trouble. So I will stop here. That
was the Vice President of the Republic of Liberia, Kpan Koung, giving his special remarks. And this is time now. It's time to go to the unveiling arts and cultural affairs. And so we are going into the building.
We We'll now call on Angel Morris, who will give the vote of thanks. I don't know if you have that much space.
Climb the steps. Climb the steps. Climb the steps. Follow the instruction. Climb the steps. As the vice president going up, you'll be capturing the staff.
And so we're into the building of the Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs and Tourism. The program was out there. It was out there. And so we have entered. In case you just come joining us, this is Focus on Liberia live broadcast at the Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs and Tourism, where the Vice President of the Republic of Liberia is here to unveil the Arts and Cultural Galleries here. Once again, my name is Gwendolyn Dorado. You're welcome to the special broadcast.
You boat can use one side so the boat can pass. Your boat down first.
Okay.
She's putting the leader downstairs.
Okay, then
Starting from down there.
down here. So we're finding a position to stand where the exhibitions of Christ and art is done in this building.
Why down it?
Put it on.
New media, you have this photo if you want to capture. Because you
For your travel up. No crossing.
When you are on this side, just go up. So that move now.
Please go back. So the president
So I know the mark is not working. There's too many people. So I'll be as loud as possible.
Somebody tell them to stop with that drum.
So I'll be as loud as possible. I want to start by thanking the minister who is the brainchild behind this, and traditional Queen Julie. I'd like to say thank you, sister, for all your work. The cultural ambassador, I equally want to say thank you to you too. And you need to be, you are moving at 120, you need to move at 150. By that, I will cut this. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the blessed Holy Spirit.
Julie, on that. Are you taking it up or whatever?
That glass on there. Where is he?
Yeah. Don't hit against that thing like that. Don't hit against it. This is nice.
This is the gift for His Excellency. It is lion and it's fearless. And to you, Honorable, I'm sending it to the minister to give it to you. This is your gift. The name of great honor.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So that means the chief.
Minister, just put your
Chief, I just be one.
Yeah. I'll take it.
Then we move to the beginning of the story.
Because this
This is strictly made in Liberia. When you go online, you see the license from Enter here now. You will see the Ministry of Information, Culture, Affairs and Tourism. The ministry is about information, it's about culture, it's about tourism, and the unity of our people. Then you move to the next.
Wait.
This is
C'est ça.
Just be necessary, I can do it.
Give the scissors already.
This is the unity of our people.
The exhibition of the art, craft
Stand together for now.
done by Liberians
This is the
here.
unity of all of us. Then we move to taking this whole thing together. Just hold it down.
Sure?
Just hold it down. The speed to bring it with.
All right, unveiling the alphabet process is on. Ambassador.
And under here is the Ministry of Information, Culture Affairs and Tourism. Unfortunately, I'm very short. So, on the right, Honorable Vice President on the right.
The Vice President is being toured to all of the
craft acts done by
Somebody lay against the switch. The switch, yeah. Somebody touch the switch hard.
Former artists who danced before, and this is the cultural side of it. And then of course, a woman that is praying for Liberia. Then the drum beater, our country club, the traditional instrument, fanners, and cultural costume. Then you move on to
camera people, man. I'll tell you, we are going from one point to another, where the former ambassador of cultural affairs and cultural affairs is displaying every act that is being done to the Vice President of the Republic of Liberia.
From the Liberia County, so this is 4 counties mass. And then in here you have the rice, the fish, our mass, our seal, handshake, and our traditional women here, our drum beater, and all of that. So can we please give
Somebody gave us small space. She said I can catch up.
4 there, another 4 here, that's 8. Of course, the elephant. Then you have the other sets of making it 12. And then these different keychains, key holders, the handshakes, we make all of it here. This is very delicate. We'll be changing the glass because this thing is worth so many years and it's an antique. If you price it in the world now, it's so expensive, so you have to be very careful, it's delicate. And of course the dancing mat, the masquerade, and the different designs. Then we have 12. This is the 16 tribal mats, all here in the traditional. Then you come to the tourism side. In tourism, we have the Batawi waterfall, we have Providence Island, we have the Monkey Bridge. We are showing the people our coastal line, which is very unique to us. Yes, and it's becoming our goal. No, I didn't want to do bathing before they start running.
Then why your camera, your light, the light, color light.
Gallery lights.
Yeah, please open up, camera people.
And you know, before I opened this, former Vice President, when I was in the US, I had got a lot of support from Ambassador Konen. And some of the things until I gave Oprah Winfrey an African traditional cloth. So Ambassador Konen was very, very supportive of it. So this is a gallery where we can say, this is our fabric from Liberia, and the designers are right here. So we just showcase it, and the minister can then send them over to those designers. And at a leisure time, I want to show the people when they come here of our traditional setting of a table and the our traditional setting. Move to the stairs.
Go around the stairs. That way.
Not just one hard. Be on here. Sister, let you go.
Excuse me.
Excuse me, ma'am. Just stay behind. Let the other people there already. It's okay. Just hold on. Hold on.
I'm holding us.
Right here. One more. No, right here. Right here. And then this way, please.
Hop. Hop. Hop.
We're going up to the building where the former cultural ambassador Julie Andy is showcasing a craft of art done by Liberians to the vice president and his So as you can see, the Ministry of Information and Cultural Affairs has been neatly decorated by arts and crafts of Liberian. This bread and idea came from the former cultural ambassador, Julie Tapia. She had this dream, and then unfortunately she was taken from the position. But she didn't give up. She didn't give up, and still the dream she shared with the current minister still went through. And so this is where she showcased it. Yeah. This is the first of its kind at the Ministry of Information, the very first of its kind.
Thank you, Minister. Yes. Nice being here.
So there we have it.
You were able to come.
There we have it. There we have it. The former cultural ambassador Judy Andy showcased the arts and craft of the Ministry of Information.
Just stand here.
Focus on Liberia online television, live broadcast at the Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs and Tourism, where the former ambassador, cultural ambassador Judy Mbitabe, had arts and craft done by Liberians. I tell you, those things we have not seen in a long time. And the Vice President of the Republic of Liberia came on the location to unveil all of these arts and crafts done by Liberians here. So I said thanks for watching. Sure we had a great time together. My name is Gwendolyn Durada, and it's bye-bye from my end.